The Timmy Chang Show is brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, HGEA, Spectrum, HCAMP, Enjoy Snacks, Fujitsu, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Dental Service, Ruby Tuesday, Hawaii Pacific Health, Popeyes, Castle Resorts and Hotels, and HawaiiUSA Federal Credit Union.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Ruby Tuesday and the second edition of the Timmy Chang Show for 2024. And, folks, for the first time under Timmy, it's after a win in the start of the season. Woohoo! Yes, baby. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
35-14, Hawaii's 35 points to Delaware State is the most points scored in 27 games as well under Timmy Chang, and we hope that that only goes up. Volume up in the back. There we go. Coach Timmy, just your initial thoughts.
Yeah, it was good to get the guys going. You can only hold them back so long from, wanting to rip each other's heads off. And so, they practice hard. They're tough. It's a locker room made up of tough local boys with some tough mainland guys that love this state and love this place. And for them to get to go out there and see themselves execute and perform and get a win, that's a good thing.
All right, 296-1420, the number to call or text in. You can ask questions. Special guests today, Tylan Hines and Jamih Otis. And, of course, Timmy. But for the first time this season, let's bring in sports director from KHON2, Rob DeMello, for a recap of this past Saturday's game. Rob?
How's it going, everybody? After months of anticipation, the University of Hawaii football team successfully opened the 2024 season with a win over Delaware State this past Saturday night in a game that certainly wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The Green Agent top of trim, favored by as many as 39 points according to Vegas odds, had to both battle the elements and a scrappy Hornet squad as wet and windy weather appeared to have thrown the throw-heavy run-and-shoot offense off a little bit, requiring both the defense and special teams to patch some holes in the boat, headlined by return man Tylan Hines putting the rubber slippers on his hands for the program's first punt return touchdown in a dozen years. Now, the debut of DC Dennis Thurman brought 5 sacks, and in the second half, quarterback Braden Shager was able to regain some traction, breaking a 14-all third-quarter tie en route to a 35-14 win, as the senior posted 4 total touchdowns. Hawaii gets the season-opening dub, but certainly eager to get back to work.
It's a good feeling for sure. Yeah, anytime you win, it's gonna feel good. You can coach a little bit harder too. Knowing that you had to win. It's a good coaching philosophy. You don't want to. Sometimes you could take a back seat and just kind of relax, but now you can really coach the details about this is why we emphasize things that we do and we're trying to perfect them. And so, but it does feel really good to win and go 1-0.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a win's a win, so it's good to be 1-0. And we know we got a better opponent next week, and we just got to prepare, and we got to be perfect next week in order to come out with a win. But it's good to be 1-0, and it's good to find a way to win. I knew that we had to do better, and it was just something where, at times you got to go up there and you got to tell them, you got to take accountability. I took accountability for what I did, and I let everybody know we got to get on the same page. And, that's just something that you got to do as a quarterback. And I think that there was a little bit of a mentality switch in there, but it's just something we can't start that slow again, especially next week. So that'll be something we preach all week, and, just having a better mentality.
Now, worth noting on the defensive side of the ball, Dennis Thurman made his UHDC debut with Wyndon Ho'ohuli posting 1.5 tackles for loss, while linebacker Jamih Otis recorded a team-high 11 tackles, including 2.5 behind the line of scrimmage, all part of a 5-sack night for the defense. Reporting for the Timmy Chang Show, I'm Rob DeMello, KHON2 Sports and Hawaii football final.
Thank you, Rob. Coach, you've had a couple of days now to think about it. I'm sure your thoughts from Saturday night don't change, but what can you add to that?
Yeah, as we watch the film, offense, defense, and special teams, there's always room to get better. I really liked how the defense played, especially early on. They just one drive, and there's little things in there that we can correct, but there's a drive before the half, and then there's a drive as we start the half that it's again there's things that we can correct, but I did like the resilience of the offense and coming back and scoring at the end and helping move the game. And the special teams is what, it's a real sign of a team that can come together. And special teams is selfless, and so the guys on offense, the guys on defense having experience, those techniques start to show up in special teams, and you start to see the effort and the attitude of the guys. And so we could watch the film together and kind of point out the areas in which you saw some guys doing some really, really good things. And so I did, it was pretty challenging given the elements, but I did like how the guys responded, and it wasn't just given, Delaware State was a good team where, they challenged us. And so I liked how the guys responded.
We're going to dive more into Delaware State after this quick break, but first, random question. Favorite wildlife animal? Go.
Ooh, I'm going to have to say a bear.
A bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bear, yeah.
Perfect. All right, when we come back, more random questions, and we'll talk Delaware State. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
And Ruby Tuesdays is running its happy hour throughout the hour that we are here for the Timmy Chang Show every time we're here, and we will be back here at Ruby Tuesday September 18th, just prior to the next home game. And it's a bye next week. But welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show. Hawaii started the season with a win for the first time in 4 years, and for the first time ever, Hawaii had 3 out of the 4 conference weekly awards. Braden Shager took Offensive Player of the Week honors for the very first time. Here's his tale of the tape. During a storm with strong winds, the senior quarterback tossed 2 touchdowns with 203 yards and rushed for 2 more touchdowns for the first time in his career. Despite his 50% performance, it came in a win. The other 2 conference games, Mountain West teams suffered losses. We welcome back Timmy Chang, but also welcome in my brother broadcast partner, my brother, Mark Veneri. And Coach, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Give him a hand, yes.
Thank you.
There's only a few people clapping, but it's okay.
It's all right.
How about for Timmy Chang?
I got you.
It's definitely, there's a lot more there. Okay. It's okay, but it's okay. It's okay, Mark. It's okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about it. Braden Shager, your thoughts on his performance real quick.
Yeah, I thought Braden played pretty good.
Flip it on there, Marco.
It was all the way. See,
Okay, there we go.
I was right.
Bring it up. That's okay. We want to bring that microphone up for him real quick.
We will.
And if not, you can always give him your headset. Okay.
Here we go. Try now, Coach.
Check.
There we go. Hey! Another hand
we're
for
good.
Timmy Chang. Okay, your
Braden?
thoughts on Braden's performance?
Yeah, I thought Braden played pretty good given the circumstances. He was dialed in. There's a couple possessions in the first half that he's going to want to get back, but he put the ball in some good spots. The guys are battling, trying to track the ball and some of the things that were going on, but I thought he was dialed in. There's a couple reads in there that he's like, I could have done this, could have done that. But for the most part, your leader on offense and the guy that we go through in the run and shoot offense, he was firing, and he has a strong arm to kind of push through some of the gusts and the 35-mile-an-hour gust that was happening, and so really good on his part.
I was going to say, Coach, how much you played the quarterback position, obviously, but how much did that factor in, with the winds, the rain, the elements? Yep. I know none of us would make excuses, whatnot, but how much did that play a factor in the game?
No, I think it challenges. I mean, guys that live in Hawaii that play golf or hitting a baseball and those type of things that are thrown into anything. Imagine how big of a football that is. You're going against steady 25 mile an hour, but it'll blow up to 30 to 35 to 40, and so you can just imagine that thing coming down Manoa Valley, hitting the quarry. It challenges. It really challenges us to put the ball in the spots. It challenges the receivers to dial in and focus in and try to track the ball. But you know what? I thought he did a great job. I thought the receivers did a great job. And I thought our O-line looked really good.
Coach, Landon Sims led with 58 yards rushing and a touchdown, 10 carries, averaging 5.8 per carry. How much of that helps you with this run and shoot?
Yeah, the running backs in this offense, they play a big role. I mean, they're asked to do multiple things: run the ball, of course, protect, come out of the backfield, and so Mouse used to have a term for them, superback, and guys like Barry Sanders played in this type of offense and had success. But they're going to see boxes that maybe a little light, and now they got to go, choke the ball, 20, 30 times a game, and so. It just all depends. We asked him to do a lot, so and Landon, like his father, is hardworking and disciplined, and so we expect him to do well.
And congratulations to Landon, who last week after this show, the very next day, earned a scholarship given to him by his father, and so well deserved. I wanted to say it so badly and tell everybody, but I forgot that it was a surprise for him. But you talked about him coming out of the backfield, him doing a lot. Sims posted a huge block that opened the door for one of Shager's rushing scores. It was a 15-yard run to the end zone. Here's that call. Trips right for Hawaii. Landon Sims to the right of Shager, adding that provided protection, and he'll go upfield. He'll get a block for Shager. Shager to the 5. Shager in the end zone. Touchdown, Hawaii.
Oh, big Braden Shager. Shager takes it himself on the design quarterback draw, and my goodness, he dials it up to the Hale and says, I'm going to put my shoulder down and rumble over a couple defenders for the touchdown.
Just rumbling.
Wait, can I say this too? But speaking about blocking, though, did you see that block he put on that middle backer?
I mean, it knocked the guy backwards. I mean, I know Jamih probably has played against him in practice, and we know Landon's strong. I mean, that was a great block. I mean, if it wasn't for that, Shager might have been down at the 5.
Yeah, Landon throws great blocks out there. If you look through the film, not only is he doing it down the field on plays like that, but he's also doing it in the backfield as he's taking on linebackers, taking on ends, tackles, helping pick up, different type of games that are happening, stunts that are happening. And so those backs do it all. Coach Anthony does a great job with them. Landon, I thought, is constantly been an unsung hero for us that continues to produce.
Yeah. Unbelievable. You had some receivers do some wonderful things too.
Yeah, Dekel Crowdes had a 29-yard touchdown in the fourth. We knew he'd be good, Coach. But let's talk about that catch and how he's been a dynamic force in this offense.
Yeah, he comes through us from Kentucky, the University of Kentucky, by way of IMG High School. He came to the island for opportunity. And if anybody knows about our receivers and the history of those guys, he came to the right place, and so he has elite speed. I think he was a little disappointed. It's funny the way that our players think sometimes. I can just recall when the NCAA game came out, and he looked at his speed, and this is what he said. He said they disrespected my speed, and so after that, we were still in training in summer. He never lost a race. Like, he just kept winning his races over and over and over. And it kind of just turned his mindset on, and so. But he's had a different mindset. He's battled through some things, and during nothing's really easy. So he's battling through some things. But to see where he's grown and where his mindset's at right now is pretty exciting for Dekel.
I know exactly how he feels, because in 1993, the Sega game, that was a college football game that I was on, they disrespected everything on me: speed, size, height, catching ability. I had to go in and manually turn it up.
Look at you now.
Thank you. Yeah, the speed is gone. The size is definitely up. You're right.
Well, can we say that Dekel Crowdes is not an 86 speed though?
No.
Because I play the game like every night, and he's not an 86 speed.
Yep.
And neither is Jamih. Your speed's got to go up too.
Yeah. Speaking of Jamih, we're going to talk to him in just a bit. Let's talk about the defense real quick. Hawaii with 5 sacks, each being posted by a different player.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Coach Thurman, is that we knew he was going to get after the quarterback, and he's going to continue to do that all season. And that's part of his personality. It's part of the identity of our defense. I love when our guys are downhill, they're flying around, they're stopping the run, and they're getting after guys, and they're making it really challenging on the edge of throw. And so. I look forward. We've been going against it for now 8 months, and so now it's fun to see them go against other guys.
Yeah.
And do you like the fact, Coach, that he puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback consistently, takes a lot more chances defensively, and guys were just getting after?
Yeah, there's some freedom in there to allow them to play fast, play downhill, be physical, get after guys, and really I just watch the personality of our guys. They really enjoy doing that and playing this style of defense.
Okay, we are going to let's just go ahead and take one of our questions real quick. We have less than a minute. Coach Timmy, did the helmet communication issue get fixed? Guy from Kapolei in the house is asking.
Yeah, I hope so. I've been on it the last 2 days, Tuesday's practice and Wednesday's practice as well. Just kind of getting through the kinks, just hearing each other, making sure the buttons work. It's technology, right? And and you hope that it's gonna be there. But if it does fail, you have a safe valve.
All right, we will be back with a special guest right after this quick break. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show. Our first special guest is none other than specialist and speedster Tylan Hines. How about a big hand for Tylan Hines? Do want to remind everybody that you can go ahead and text in, get your questions ready for Coach. He'll be back in a couple of segments. But again, the sophomore speedster Tylan Hines named the Mountain West Special Teams Player of the Week. The return man recorded his first punt return for a touchdown and the first for Hawaii in 12 years. And actually, he posted, the graphic says 99, but Hawaii's SID department has since recalculated. He actually got 121 all-purpose yards. So we welcome the sophomore out of Mount Pleasant, Texas, Tylan Hines, to the show. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. I know that you've jumped around a couple of positions. A lot of people thought you were going to be a slot back. We'll talk with Coach about that, maybe ask him a couple questions. Do you like it out at wide receiver?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. I feel like it's helping me grow as a player, helping to be more versatile. Coaches helping me identify coverages and different things to help me grow.
I think the first thing that folks see when they look at you is speed. So let's take a look at your return for a touchdown, and I'm sure you won't let this get old at all.
No, for sure.
We've got many angles of it, by the way, in this show alone. So let's take a look at it. This is one of the best angles because you'll run right into the camera. Walk us through it.
Okay, so I saw one bounce. I caught it. Everyone had their man. Everyone did their job. So I just I hit the middle, and then I saw my block set up and just hit the sideline.
Okay, I like that. Were you at all worried about the punter that was screaming towards you towards the sideline, who lost his helmet at the end?
Oh, no, I knew I was going to beat him. I knew I was going to score.
You knew you'd get by him.
Yeah, for sure.
If you didn't, you would never hear the end of it.
Yeah, I would have been mad at myself.
Here's the other angle of your touchdown, and there's the punter who, again, wasn't even close. How does that feel?
It's great. I never had a punt return or a kick return ever in my life, so to do that was big.
That was your first ever?
Ever.
Wow. That makes it even more special. Okay, so you got in on offense as well. You ran a reverse, and even though that got called back, I'd like to know how you like that play, because that seems to be perfect for you.
Oh, yeah. Every time I get the ball, I'm thinking about scoring. So when I got that, I thought I was going to score, but things didn't go that way. But we got a first down. I mean, of course, we got a penalty, but yeah, I feel like I was about to score on that as well.
Let's set the record straight real quick. How angry or how frustrating is that when you get something like that you know will be in the statistic book, but it gets called back?
I mean,
you can be honest. No one's listening.
Yeah, like Coach always let us know it's a one snap clear mentality.
Yeah.
So you just try to go back to the next play and do it again.
You had a couple of returns, like I said, 121 all-purpose yards. Do you like being back there? And I guess the backup question to that was, in the winds in a storm like that, how difficult is it to catch punts?
It was difficult for sure, but, just staying calm. And, we get those winds and rain all the time, so just practicing, on there a lot, just been helping me, and it showed in the game. Okay,
so we have another angle of your touchdown. Let's go ahead and run that again. We're just going to keep running it as long as we're up here.
Sure.
This is a great shot. Again, the bounce doesn't always go your way. That time it did.
Right.
I just love it. I love the fact that you're able to get into the end zone. Is that return something that is built for you to be able to get into the end zone every time you're able to return it?
Oh yeah, Coach, he give us schemes based on the opponent, and everyone goes out and execute their job. Everyone does their 111, then it should turn out well.
Okay. As far as offense goes, where do you see yourself? Because a lot of people thought that maybe Coach Timmy would put you in at slot with your size and your speed and your shiftiness. Do you like it outside better, or would you like – he's not listening. Would you like to run maybe a slot position every once in a while, or is there a lot of guys there?
Yeah, I'm open into learning all of it,
That's such a great answer for the coach, sitting right there in the front row. I'm open to anything, he says.
Yeah, for sure, because it helps me as a player, just to learn the game more. And, yeah.
Why'd you choose Hawaii? All the way from Texas.
I just felt like it was the best opportunity for me. I started out at Air Force Academy, the prep school, and I had caught COVID, and I was just I remember that they had showed interest before, so I had reached back out, and then I found myself out here, committed on the spot.
I mean, it's a huge draw knowing that you're running the pure Old Testament of the run and shoot, too.
Right. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
because the possibilities are endless.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Where do you see yourself? Obviously, every football player would love to play in the NFL. Where you're only a sophomore, so you've got a couple more years. What are some of your goals?
For sure, the NFL, but right now is to win the Mountain West Championship. That's
Perfect.
my only focus right now. Just adding value to my team.
Yeah. You're completely healthy, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we wouldn't want to tell our opponent that you're not, so
Right.
that's good that you had that answer because
No,
I was just thinking off the cuff. Anything else that you'd like to accomplish here? Let's go with what you're majoring in.
Interdisciplinary studies.
What does that mean? Because like when I think of that, I think of like my mom hitting me with the belt.
Yeah, so really it's you get an opportunity to create your own major. So you pick things that you want to learn about. So my topic is lifestyle leadership.
Okay, should we do a random question with Tylan? Yeah? Okay, let me pull it out. Okay, time now for random questions. What is the longest nap you've ever taken?
Oh, wow. I rarely take naps, so probably.
Why do I feel like that's not the truth? You
Like-
play football. You haven't like nodded off at your locker?
I mean, yeah, there's been times I've nodded off, but like nap probably like 8 hours before. Like
That's sleep. That ain't a nap.
like in the middle of the day, like
Like
8 hours.
in the middle of the day, and then you're up till 4 a.m.
Well, it's probably in the off season. I don't do that in season. Yeah, but I don't nap.
You don't nap?
I don't nap.
But if you were to nap, it'd be 8 hours.
No, it'll be like 20 minutes.
Okay,
If I do.
that's actually
'Cause
what you're
I
supposed
try
to
to
do.
go to sleep early, so I try to save my sleep.
I can't wait to hear what Jamih has to say. By the way, you can text in your questions, 808-296-1420. We want to thank Tylan for showing up today.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. But more importantly, if Tylan Hines shows up on Saturday against the Bruins, he's going to make a whole state proud. Thank you so much for being with us on the Timmy Chang Show.
I appreciate
you.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Tylan being successful in 1/3 of the football game will make this an even better season. So we really appreciate it. Just get those guys blocking for you, and I know you'll do the rest.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we're going to have Jamih Otis, another player of the week in the conference, join my broadcast partner and broader broadcast partner, Mark. And that is it for now for Tylan. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
Welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show, getting things started here with Jamih Otis. Jamih is the starting linebacker. This week, the true sophomore, Jamih Otis, was named the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week. Big round of applause for the Defensive Player of the Week. He led the Rainbow Warriors with 11 total tackles, 8 solo, had 2.5 tackles for loss, and a sack. So everybody, one more time for the Defensive Player of the Week.
Thank you.
Jamih Otis. Jamih, and not only this was your first collegiate start.
Yes, sir.
How did that feel?
Man, it was, it was a long journey for sure. I think most importantly, my coaches, in the off season, starting in the spring, they put a lot of trust in me, and, it built up over time. I got confident, and, I'll say my brothers, they leaned on me, and, they respected me, and, when things got rough, they looked at me as a leader too. So, I felt like, I couldn't let them down. And, that led up to the first game, and the first play I was in, it was crazy. I was sitting there, and right before they looked to the sideline for their play, and I kind of just sat there and looked around like, well, this don't even feel real. I felt like I was in a game.
Now, speaking of this, your first start for the University of Hawaii. Last year you were a true freshman, got some minimal playing time. You get the call to start this week. Who gave you that first announcement? Who was it? Coach Chris Brown? Was it Coach Timmy? Who told you, hey, Jamih, you're going to be starting here tonight?
Yeah, it was Coach CB. And, with our room, there's, it could go either way. I feel like our room is full of starters. So, it just this first week, it went the way of me and Nalu Emerson. And, when I went out there, I had my brothers on my back. And, I just went out there and did what I had to do.
What's it like putting on the green and black? What's it like for you personally, doing your time basically and getting that start against Delaware State, getting out there, getting the feels of playing for the University of Hawaii? When you're out there, you said you had to get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But once you got the nerves out of the way, you just played free football. And, again, Defensive Player of the Week.
Yes, sir. I mean, Coach Chris Brown, and Coach Timmy, they always, preach to us about just the history of Hawaii football. So I feel like, leading up to this point, in the spring, I was seeing a lot of games when they were playing, just seeing the stadium, the culture, and everybody, just cheering, all the fans, and, the game day, that's all I envisioned. I just thought of that. And, once I put that black and green on, it was a brotherhood, and it truly is, and that was a special thing to me to just, wear that black and green.
Okay, so speaking of history, you just brought this up. So speaking of history, the Nonga family wore 54.
Yes, sir.
Chris Brown wore number 54. What is the significance of Jamih Otis wearing number 54?
Man, well, my freshman year, Coach CB, he gave me that number just like, with all the history behind it. And, I took full advantage of it. And I feel like, Jamih Otis wearing a 54 is, just it's a new age of it. I feel like, it's a different style of play. And I feel like I could bring something different. And, for sure, keep putting on for the number 54.
Now, obviously, you're not as big as Coach Chris Brown, but the number 54 is a significant number in the way he played football at the middle linebacker position. What is the mentality for you when you're playing that Mike backer? What do you allow yourself to bring to the table?
For sure. I mean, I try to pride myself in, just being physical and just really having communication around the field. I feel like being in the middle of the field, you really have to be the quarterback. And I feel like, when I'm in the game, I want my teammates to, just really lean on me. When things get hard, I want them to come to me. Or, if I was to call something, I'd rather them say, I'd rather it be on me, and just taking that, ownership and, just being that leader in the defense. But that's something I really try to pride myself on.
I got to ask this. A lot of people don't know this, but we talked about this last year. Chris Brown, before games, I got to get kind of into the game. I got to get pumped up and into the game. You probably see me right there because I'm near your huddle.
Yes, sir.
But before the game, just for broadcasting, I kind of got to get my juices flowing.
Right.
But Coach Chris Brown, he gets you guys going, the hitting drills, whatnot, and I can't repeat what he says on air, obviously. But talking about how Coach Chris Brown has played a mentor for you in getting this linebacker position where it needs to be.
Man, Coach CB has been a mentor for me since, my freshman year of high school. So, just
learning his system, what he's all about, it just, grew me to the player I am now today, and the thing he prides himself on is just, living for the game, being in it, and, like, one thing that, is big on him, like, he would die for it, and that's the thing that we take a part of him, and it's just like, every practice, every game, it's life or death, and, I'm gonna have my brother's back. So that's the main thing, he prides himself on.
And I see
fearless.
you guys going crazy. So how did the lines then come about? How did the lines then? Everyone refers to the linebacking core as the lines then.
Right.
Can you talk about that?
So, I mean, the Lions Den, it was before me, before the Lions Den now. But, it's a family, it's a brotherhood, and, it's truly, just the linebackers on the field. Like, it's just – it's a lifestyle, we hunt different, we practice different, we eat different, we sleep different, and, it's just certain things we do differently because, we're in the middle of the field and we got to be the craziest, really.
I had an opportunity to get to know your father. He coaches at Game Changers Academy, and those who don't know, the Game Changers Academy is an academy in Las Vegas that helps youth and helps guys get focused on their specific sport. You went to Bishop Gorman as well. Your mom is in the building. Mom's in the building.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out to Mom. You always got to give Mom the shout out, right?
Mom,
yeah, you have to. But Bishop Gorman, you come from Bishop Gorman. I know your
sir.
dad has been a big role in your life, your mom as well. Talk about the family and how you've been able to get here to Hawaii.
Man, it's been a crazy journey. I'm originally from Inglewood, California, so, that's where I'm from. That's where I was born. I'm an Inglewood native. And, moved to Vegas 2017. My mom relocated. She found a new job. And, the family moved out here. Bishop Gorman wasn't really even a thought. My dad, and my mom, they made sacrifices for me since day one to, to just be in this seat right here, and I really thank God, too. It's all glory to God because, I wouldn't be here without him. And, my family, they made so many sacrifices. My little brother, I think, he pushes me. He want to be just like me. So it's just like, seeing him come up, he going to be way better than me, so you probably going to be talking to him next,
Well, I hope. Is he on that, by the way, is he on that Game Changers team?
Yeah, he's on the Game Changers team.
Those who don't know, his younger brother plays on a really good team, youth football, Game Changers Academy. It's run, I think Coach Vinny Passes, who used to Coach Timmy, is also at Game Changers Academy helping out. But, Jamih, how excited are you to play? You speaking of Inglewood in California, how excited are you to play UCLA?
I'm excited. This is for sure a great game for me, a good test for me too. But, really it's just a surreal moment. I really prayed for games like this, being younger, sitting back in 5th grade, just looking at the TV, seeing UCLA play, seeing Hawaii play, and now it's, it's 2-3 days away from me being in it, and it's just crazy to me. But, I talk to God about it, pray to God about it, and, I trust, that he would give me the strength for it.
See, that's where all young men need to be, and listening up as a good role model in Jamih Otis. Jamih, for the defensive end, Coach Thurman, yourself, getting on the same page, playing free, playing fast. This defense really stood out this past weekend against Delaware State. How proud of you are the brothers and yourself as well?
I'm super proud, and I can't thank the coaches enough, Coach Thurman, Coach Timmy, Coach Brown, all the coaches, defense coordinators. And, they put so much into this game plan, last week, even this week too, and it's just they put all the puzzle pieces together, and, all we have to do is just go out there and match it. And that was the thing, that I really take pride in. My brothers, just seeing us grow, I think as a unit, that's what really inspires me, just seeing everybody's growth, just from like, I have older brothers on the team like Logan, Nalu Kema, and it's just like learning from them and seeing them grow, and even myself is just a big thing that I like to see.
Who is, or I got to ask, who's your favorite linebacker all time? Favorite all-time linebacker?
All time. I mean, I think, it's only right to go Ray Lewis, I think, Ray Lewis all time, but, I say.
Coach Chris, right?
Coach Chris, I mean, yeah, you can't even put him in there, but because, that's a no-brainer, but I say another guy that rocks 54 is Fred Warner. He's just a new age backer. Does everything right, and he's just, he's changing the game.
Well, everybody put your hands together for this guy, Jamih Otis. We'll see him on Saturday against UCLA. Jamih, appreciate your time. Up next, John, Coach, and I will be back to talk UCLA. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right. We welcome back in the coach. We'll have more random questions for him a little bit later, but welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show, everybody, here at Ruby Tuesday. And we will be back here on September 18th. Don't forget that the TV broadcast of this show will air tomorrow night on K-High at 6 p.m. and then on Friday night on KHON at 10:30. So you'll get an opportunity to see the show. But we're always live here on the radio on ESPN Honolulu. This week, Hawaii will host UCLA at the Clarence T.C. Ching Complex, the first visit for the Bruins since 1939. UCLA owns the matchup 4-0 all time, including a season opener in 2021 at the Rose Bowl. That score is 44-10. UCLA is making its Big Ten debut, no longer part of the Pac-12, and head coach Deshaun Foster, who is Bruins royalty, starts his head coaching career. Coach, this will be a true test of where you guys are at.
Sure. It's a big time opponent coming in. We get to host them, and it's a good test and measuring stick. Especially these early on conference games. It's a true measure of where you guys are at and what you prepared for all year.
Bruins were 8-5 overall and 4-5 in the Pac-12 and beat Boise in the LA Bowl 35-22. They are picked 15th in the Big 12 preseason poll. Coach, your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's a good team. Coach Foster, like myself, alumni from our respected universities. He's going to come in here and he leads the team. It's kind of the same deal. Yeah, have a lot of pride into our respective schools. And you just want to put on a good showing, right, for your fans and everybody. And so he's going to have his team ready. They're coming off a winning season, especially beating our conference champ and riding a high. And so it's going to be a really good game.
Just a couple of years ago, they led the Pac-12 in rushing. Foster was the running backs coach. They averaged 237 yards per game. Are you expecting? Well, I know they're probably listening.
Right.
They're not here yet, but they're probably listening. Are you expecting them to be more run-heavy under Deshaun Foster?
Yeah, Deshaun Foster, Coach Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Eric Bieniemy is the offensive coordinator. It's pretty cool, right? It's you get Patrick Mahomes, former offensive coordinator at the Chiefs, going against Coach Dennis Thurman and a defensive coordinator from the Buffalo Bills and the Jets, and so they've crossed paths before. And so now they're doing it in college, and we get to be the stage for it, a little bit. So, everything probably should start with the run, but you never know. It's week one for them, and so we'll see what we have to do and just adjust.
We were just seeing moments ago some video of the spring bash, and it looks like their quarterback can run too. But they have a couple of local boys on the team, including Titus Mokiao Atimalala, and their defensive coordinator is a Kamehameha graduate that I know pretty well. You do too, who has coached for a couple of decades, Ikaika Malloy. He had this to say about coaching against Hawaii and coming home.
To fine-tune what we've been prepared for and kind of confirm what we saw on Saturday and see what we can do.
What did you see on Saturday?
A high-powered offense. It's their first game, so they're trying to get everything clicking. But, I remember that when Timmy Chang, the head coach, was a quarterback. They're running the same system. So it's an exciting offense and kind of looking forward to the challenge. If we can get to the quarterback, hopefully we can make him make some unsound decisions. But he's the leader of that team, let alone the offense. So Braden is special. He'll have a chance to prove himself on Sunday. But for us, we can just contain him and somehow, some way keep him in the pocket. I think that'll give us a chance. I know Timmy really well. Our roots go back quite a bit, even from the playing days when he was at St. Louis High School. So I've been I'm a admirer of what he's done, just the opportunity that he has to represent the 808. I think all of us who come from Hawaii, we do our best, even though it's not for University of Hawaii, it's usually for the state of Hawaii, no matter where we are. I think everybody wears the 808 pretty proud, and for him to have that opportunity, I think it's special. So I'll obviously wish him the best of luck, but I think we both understand what's at stake, and then we'll kind of continue on our friendship once the game is done.
He is a great representative of the state of Hawaii, being at so many different schools, most notable Washington, now being promoted to defensive coordinator from the D-line coach. This is a guy who represents Hawaii well, and you know him very well.
Yeah, pretty cool. You know, I've been on that side too, where, you know, you're the opposing team coming into play.
Yeah.
You know, the University of Hawaii, and so, but he's 100% right. I mean, our relationship goes back in the day, and you know, as we go through this coaching profession, we always keep tabs on each other when we're with each other, when we see each other. I mean, it's nothing but laughs and good fun. And you know, for 3 hours, you know, we're gonna have our teams ready to go, and you know, I can't wait to give him a big hug when I see him. But pretty damn cool. You know, he's gonna be calling plays, and they were a really good defense last year. They were top 10 in the country. And you know, they fired on all cylinders. They did a great job stopping the run. They got after quarterbacks. Yeah. And in the Pac-12 last year was the year of the quarterback. And so you know, they made us, you know, a staple of their defense, getting after guys and stopping the run.
And you said it, Coach. UCLA led the Pac-12, and they were ranked 10th in the nation in total defense, only allowing 301 yards at about a half. Yep. Per game. So this defense brings a lot of tenacity to the ball. Anything that you saw previously on film that you can or cannot discuss, but some things that maybe you can take advantage of.
No, it's you know, there's a model for success there, right? You're talking about a head coach that is a running back coach and loves to run the football, and then you talk about a defense that loves stopping the run, getting after quarterbacks, and being one of the top in the country. So that's always a recipe for success. And so if you're probably looking at a formula there, that would be it for UCLA.
Coach, it's a green out. You guys are wearing white caps, black jerseys, black pants?
Yes.
Your thoughts on green out? By the way, tea leaves. You can bring tea leaves to the stadium too, but it's a green out. That's gonna be fun.
You know, it's one of the throwback events. You know, it's not Aloha Stadium, but it's our home. And I believe there's, you know, either close to sold out or, you know, sold out. And, you know, when anytime you get a raucous environment like that, it tends to be pretty fun, especially for our players. And so looking forward to playing in an environment like that, coaching in an environment like that, and really playing against a high-quality opponent like UCLA.
All right, time now once again for Random questions. If you could travel to any country, where would you go?
You know, it'd probably be.
Or does your wife handle that question?
She's gonna say Japan. She's gonna say she would say Japan.
Have you guys been there before?
No.
No. So, have you been there before? No. So then that would explain why she wants to go there.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
But if you could go to any country, not your wife, where would you go?
Yeah,
Japan.
John, I plan on staying married for a long time.
You are so good. You are so good. That's a really good answer.
It's the best answer.
Yeah.
All right, 296-1420 is the number to text. There's a question, has UCLA arrived yet? No, I believe they're here tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe they get in Thursday.
Okay, there's a couple more questions. We're going to get to that in our final segment. There's just a few that we'll get to. We got a big basket to give away from Enjoy Snacks, our good friends there, and then we'll have some sights and sounds from this past week's win. Ladies and gentlemen, Timmy Chang, Mark Veneri, John Veneri. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, back here, final segment at Ruby Tuesday. You can join us here live for the Timmy Chang Show. There's drink specials, happy hour specials, and it's a good time.
It is a good time. It's a good time. I'm glad my boys came down.
Yeah.
Tylan and Jamih, they're sophomores. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, they're what you want in representation of what your program wants to look like. Those are two young guys that we love and are staples on what we are.
Loved hearing from them. Your parents have a lot to be proud of, and you continue to work hard, make this state proud. The entire state's behind those guys, as well as you, Coach. Just your final thoughts. What is it going to take to get a win against the Bruins? Scratch, claw, a lot of energy in that stadium. We really feed off of our fans. If we got a lot of crowd noise, we're making, we're exciting our players. We're giving them something to be excited about, and really just, execution. I mean, it really comes down to the fundamentals of football. Simple things like blocking, tackling, catching, running, kicking. That's what we're focused on. And so it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. And to be honest with you, I think our boys are up for the challenge, and I like the look in their eye. Limited tickets available. Green out. Bring your tea leaves. Bring your voices. Yell as loud as you can. We want to win on Saturday. Kickoff at 1:30. Time now to give away our Enjoy Snacks basket. And I've already pre-selected it because Timmy doesn't want to pull out a name, so I have to. Richard Lum. Oh, Richard Lum. There you go. Right on. And thank you again to all of our sponsors for this. The TV broadcast, 6 p.m. tomorrow. That's Thursday night on K-High. Friday night on KHON at 10:30 this week. We really appreciate everybody coming out. Coach, thank you so much. Go Bows. Good luck. Get a win. And we can't wait for you to be 2-0 and then maybe even 3-0 when we come back here for this.
Thank you. We're working, and let's go. And it's time to go.
Go Bows! And now, it's always nice to be able to do this after a win against Delaware State. Let's take a look back real quick to end the show. Thank you to all our sponsors. Here's the sights and sounds from this past win.